piece here.
Just a minute, guys, bear with us.
Hey, can everybody hear and see me okay? Okay, great. I was muted, that's why. And I couldn't tell nobody that I was muted because I was muted. um, so what's up? Tiffany, it's good to see your face. I wanted to share my screen. Could a host disable or enable the attendee screen sharing?
That's the
Oh,
moment.
okay. Yeah, no, it looks like it's good. My name is Brandon Anderson. I'm gonna show my face real quick, but my name is Brandon Anderson. I'm the founder and executive director at Raheem. I'm gonna share my screen. Ariel Walter wanted to do something. I'm gonna share my screen. I'm super happy to be here. By the way, I'm stoked. This is like the favorite part of my day. It's still daylight outside right now. I know all of y'all are kind of, for me, I live in Oakland, the birthplace of the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense. I've been here for the past 2 years. I was formerly in DC, holding it down with Tiffany. I miss you. All right, I'm gonna share my screen really fast. Great. All right, cool. Can everybody see my screen? Yes, y'all gotta tell me because I can't hear. Thumbs up. Okay, yeah, great. Okay, great. So I want to share with you a bit of technology that my team and I have built. I run an organization called Raheem, and we're harnessing the power of technology, but mostly also community organizing to hold police accountable. And just for context, Raheem is an Arabic term meaning mercy, or in layman's terms, a second chance. And we'll go into that a little later. Getting killed by police is the 6th leading cause of death for young Black men in America. 1 out of 1,000 Black men between the ages of 25 and 34 will be killed by police every year. And I want to talk to you a little bit about how we're hoping to end that. But before I do, I wanted to ground it in a story just to give you a sense of who I am, why this is an important cause for me. It is, first I want to share with you a story, and it's about love. I fell in love for the very first time when I was about 15 years old to this tall, skinny, big-headed Black boy I first met in 3rd grade English class. And it was literally at this elementary in rural Oklahoma, Pleasant Hill Elementary. And our love carried us through just about everything, from high school to homelessness. And I lived in an abandoned house with this boy for 2.5 years on the corner of 36 and Coltrane. If it's somebody from Oklahoma, I just need y'all to shout us out. In Oklahoma City on 36 and Coltrane, that's the place that I fell in love, next to a used car dealership, in an abandoned house. It's crazy that I found love in a place that was a home that somebody left, that was completely abandoned next to a car lot that nobody visited. I reflect on that a lot. And in 2006, a few years after that, my partner proposed to me, happiest day of my life. And and it is still the greatest day of my life. In 2007, well, anyways, in 2007, a year after he proposed, I lost my best friend and life partner. He was killed during a routine traffic stop in Oklahoma by police. His love was radical, unapologetic, and it completely changed my life. At the time, my job was to do what I'm doing now for communities. I was doing it for the Army, right? And the most hurtful part is that I could I could shoot some of the longest targets up to 600, 700, sometimes 900 meters away. I was the best marksman in my company, and that did not save me. I was unable to protect the one person that I cared about the most, which is why that heartbreak was even more intense for me. But my job at the moment was to help a 1- and 2-star general make policy for the Army and to influence a better understanding of conflict in Iraq using remote satellites that we use to collect data. The officer who killed my partner had a history of being abusive, particularly during traffic stops, and no one reported him. In fact, only 5% of people who experience police violence reported. And this is by design. Most of the 18,000 police departments in the United States require you to file a complaint about a police officer in person at the police station during business hours, and in most places, like St. Louis, within 90 days of the interaction taking place. And that is absolutely impossible for most working Americans. And so I'll tell you what happens as a result of that. When people don't report police violence, officers are not held accountable because their behavior is not made visible. But mostly, these officers grow to be repeat offenders, and their offenses or their crimes grow to become, maybe if you had an officer in 1999 was just calling you the N-word, in 2007, they are shooting you for getting out of your car too quickly. The second is that policymakers craft policies based on the reports that they receive from police misconduct. So the 5% of cases that we see here are what is used to craft the policies. That means that 95% of the experiences that are being told are not being used to inform evidence-based policy around the governance of police. And so I created Raheem, which is the first independent online service for reporting police in the United States. We have a very simple goal, and that is to end police terror against Black people by making police behavior visible and accountable. And I want to share with you now about the way that we do that. Of course, to address this social complex issue, we work on both the individual and systemic level. And I'll share with you first how we deal with helping people on the front end who have been abused by police. When people report to us an encounter from police, they go to our website. It's rahim.org. It's a mobile responsive site, so it's super easy to use on your phone. We're building an app, and I'll share that with you later. When a person reports to us, we connect them to a free lawyer. We open an investigation against the police officer wherever they are in the United States, and we elevate their story in local and national news. Then finally, we connect them to a local advocacy group, moving them from being a victim of police violence to an advocate for accountability. And that's how we transform people from being victims to victors, and getting them plugged into the movement. And then we use all of the data from those reports in aggregate, and we work with what's called police oversight boards. These are boards that govern the conduct of police. They're ran completely by community members, and they are appointed mostly by the mayor and the city council. There are about 200 of these oversight boards in the United States, so we tend to work with quite a few of them. And at the end, what you have is this picture where we turn these reports and stories into both individual and institutional impact, making the behavior of officers more visible so that they can be held accountable, and that policies that govern the practices of police are influenced by the 95% of stories that are often untold. This is just a little bit about our traction in our first 6 months. Well, in our first 100 days, we helped 2,400 people report police. We've tied 275 officers to cases of police misconduct when our first 100 days. And we've pitched stories and gotten them on the front page of New York Times, Washington Post, and most recently in the San Francisco Chronicle. This is our team. It's me, this 50-year-old white dude who's down as hell. I love him. His name's Nadav. He used to run Google search for 10 years. So we really capitalize on his work. Samuel Sinyagwe, who maybe you know a little bit about, he runs a lot of our data and policy. And then Ariel Matos, who is really a badass. This is just a bunch of news about us. These are our funders. I think it's really important to know like who funds us because you know where the money is. Omidyar Network is a foundation that was started by the founder of eBay. Really, Pierre Omidyar, the founder of eBay, wrote us a $400,000 check and was like, "Get started." He's really about this. Slack just 2 days ago, I literally just put their name in there before this presentation. Slack just gave us $150,000 to scale this to more than 6 cities. And they gave us 2,200 volunteers. So their entire company is gonna help us build the app. I'll talk about that a little later. The Obama Foundation, Echo and Green, Silicon Valley Foundation, and then Camelback Ventures and Fast Forward. And this is basically how people can help. And there's 3 ways. The first way is sign up at our website, www.raheem.org, RAHEEM.org. And from there, at the very bottom of our page, you can sign up for email updates. We will be giving you an update about the mobile app that we're building here soon. Secondly is to donate. Definitely, it's going to go toward building the app. And then the last is that if I'd love to be introduced to organizations or corporations like Slack, Google, Nextdoor, any of those organizations that'd be really helpful in getting us plugged in. A lot of companies have internal matching programs, so we're like really leveraging that in this moment to take advantage of when employees give money, their employer or company themselves give money. And if you wanna, well, that's not it. If you wanna reach me, my email is down below alongside my development director. Sorry, that's probably a little. My email is Brandon, BRANDON @Raheem.org. And mostly, I really wanted to thank Tiffany for this opportunity and being able to share. For some reason, I can't like click out of my thing like I'm normally able to. I feel like somebody's controlling my screen. Unmute. Okay, great. Thank you, Tiffany. I'm sitting here struggling.
Thank you so much, Brandon. That was phenomenal. Everybody, can we see hands? And don't forget, everybody, Raheem, Raheem.org. Let's get involved, okay? So we guys just want to say thank you to everybody for joining us tonight. This has been incredible. I mean, wow. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you, Wisdom, for having us. Thank you to the NAACP. Darian?
Yeah, thank you guys for joining so much. I learned a lot. I hope you learned just as much. This was very productive. I can't wait till the next class because I'll be in there. So I hope to see all you guys there. But thank you for coming and good night. Good night to you guys.
Thank you guys. And we're going to pass it back to Tiffany.
Thank you both so much. Can y'all give it up for young folks who know how to lead and MC and facilitate a whole Zoom for more than 600 people? That is not easy. Y'all need to put that on your resume. And I will write the recommendation letter because you were incredible. Thank you so much for your time. So we're gonna, I got good news and I got bad news. The bad news is I'm pretty disappointed y'all didn't get to do breakouts. We will fix that for next time. I was looking forward to it, honestly, but I know from the chat conversation that this was super helpful, that you at least learned something new. You got to see new people, and I saw you all sharing cities and locations where you all are. There's a bunch of folks who wanted to create a group me. So I dropped the link right there in the chat. Feel free to click on it so that you can join if you haven't already. We will make sure to also put that in our syllabus. Some quick, so that's the bad news. We didn't get to do breakouts. But the good news is we're going to end on time and we're going to give you the rest of your evening to enjoy. Happy Tuesday. I'm not that professor that's going to hold you after class. So we're going to close with closing announcements. First, please, listen, like the intention is to make it a class of sorts, which is why we want the breakouts, which is why our team and the experts that you heard from today spent so much time working on the syllabus. So please make sure, Wiz, if you don't mind, please again, dropping in the syllabus so that folks can have access, like just post it a bunch of times so people can see it because there's a lot of folks typing. It's like a D-Nice party on Instagram. You got to just make sure people get your attention. And folks want access to the Google document. The homework is important. Here's why. It's not just homework for the sake of homework. It's homework for the sake of 1, reflection, and 2, the activity that we were not able to do today. And 3, we're giving you a bunch of other resources because guess what? We can't end police brutality in 2 hours. So we're going to need you all to access the links that are on there. There are educational tools. There are other speakers who are not able to make it that we shared their resources and tools. So save it, right? Don't just look at the syllabus for 20 minutes after class and say, I did what I was supposed to. Save the link for the syllabus. It's going to have all the resources in there and the outline. When this class is over, we will be able to have access to the video and the slideshow. We will send that to everyone. I just said that. And don't forget, so next week, Tuesday at 8, this class, I mean, I went to school. I couldn't ask for a better time, 2 hours on a Tuesday evening while I'm already stuck in the house to be on a class. So I hope that you will join us again next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will do the same thing, starting on time and open up the class. So you may or may not get in next class if you're not here on time. Please make sure you do that. If you happen to miss that class next week, we will still send you the video and all of the homework and materials. For the folks who are going to do the homework, we are keeping track of you. We are going to give you your own certificate for finishing the course for Black Civic Summer 2020, but only if you finish all 5 of the homework assignments. That's how we're going to be able to give you your information, track your information and give you your certificates that you finished. And then you can have a cute little diploma that says I graduated from the NAACP inaugural class of Black Civic Summer. But you got to fill out the homework. So please do that. And could you all please help me one time again, thank the MCs, the speakers we had today, and also all of the folks in the background whose faces you did not see who helped put this on tonight, because this was a collective team effort. Can y'all help me in applauding them with our applaud sign language? I love it. I want to end like this. A lot of us are experiencing different realities in this moment. With all the pandemics, some of us are doing better than others. I do not take lightly the time that you gave up tonight to join 600 and something odd people to be a part of this learning experience. I do not take lightly your attention. I saw folks taking notes. I do not take lightly everyone's beautiful engagement in the chat. I'm thankful for technology for allowing us to do this so that we can meet people from across the country and act in ways that allow us to meet new people and learn new people. With that being said, though, the fight continues, right? This is just a opportunity for us to build together, and we want to solve these problems together. That's why we're doing it. So in honor of one of my sheroes, who is Assata Shakur, she is an incredible leader. I encourage you, if you do not know who she is, because I did not learn about Assata Shakur in school at all. I did not learn about Assata Shakur in school. I had to look her up on my own. I encourage you to Google her after this. She has an incredible book that you should check out, her own biography. This is it. Take a screenshot. Yep, go ahead. No problem. Write it down. Awesome. It's going to be in the syllabus. Add that to the book. Here it is right here. Folks were looking. Sorry, I moved it too fast. And she has I see people using their cell phones. Go ahead. Oh, this is great. I can see you. Go right ahead. She has a quote that she actually wrote while she was in prison on a napkin. Or excuse me, not a quote, a chant. And part of her chant goes like this. It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to win. We must love, and protect one another. We have nothing to lose but our chains. Again, it is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to win. We must love and protect one another. We have nothing to lose but our chains. It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to win. You can say it with me. We must love and protect one another. We have nothing to lose but our chains. In honor of Asada Shakur tonight, who is my Shiro, I hope you all will look her up. Thank you again for joining us tonight. We will see you all next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Be safe and be dangerous. Love you all. Bye.